So I'm realizing this is gonna take longer than I wanted it to for like a really bright yellow. You can see, yeah, it's just not getting bright enough. So I'm gonna put it back in here. And while I wait, I'm gonna start another egg. And for this design, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start using the fine, just so you guys can get an idea really what we can do with the fine. We can do a lot more detail with the fine. A little bit of wax goes a lot further with the fine as well, of course. Just like so, right? I'm thinking here. Starting to get a little bit crooked. Oh no, look at that. See, that is no good. I think I'm just gonna put this one down and do something else with it now that I've wrecked it. Tip, when you make a mistake, it's really hard to come back from that. Basically, like, you can try all you want. Check this out. Like, try to scooch the wax off, but it's gonna leave a really fine residue, and that will prevent your dye from adhering to the egg. You could, some people I've heard like use a nail file and try to buff it out, but what in my experience, like, nothing has worked. So maybe you just like crack this one and scramble it. Let's check in over here. And I think that's actually yellow enough. We can work with that. Gentle, gentle. So remember, everything I cover right now with wax is gonna stay yellow. You can see that's where my moon is and my little line, my reflection that's gonna be in the water. Okay, cool. Okay, put the yellow away. And I think I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use my fine for the rest of the reflection, but I'll probably switch to heavy to do the top of the sunset. So this is white, remember? I'm gonna fill in those gaps with the yellow. Kind of go outside of the lines just a little bit. So there's a nice amount of yellow in there. Maybe a little bit more. So. Actually, I think I want to do like some more yellow, as long as it's fine. Oh, I'm out of wax. Oops, here. it kind of pop later. Actually, I hope I'm not going too happy with the yellow. It's not quite hot enough. Okay, like so. I'm gonna switch now from the fine to the heavy because I'm gonna start filling in the top. Okay. A little bit more wax. See? Plop it in there just like so. I think we're gonna do heavy yellow all around the top. That's not really totally straight, that's okay. Like so. And we're just gonna fill this in. I'm not happy with how crooked that looks. Shit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, back to fine. Because you can't blend the dye. You can only layer it. So there's going to be a sharp line between the orange and the yellow. So I think I'm going to come in here and just, with the fine tool, and just do some lines. Actually, this is out of wax. Oh, now it's kind of overflowing. You guys, I don't know how this is gonna look. We'll see. I want it to be kind of squiggly. Get rid of the hard line. So we're gonna try to do like a cloud effect. This is practice for me because I haven't done this before. Pro tip, I totally overflowed this tool. If you find it like, if it starts to overflow, dump it out. Because the wax, if it sits there long enough and you cook it long enough, it will collect soot, and that soot can get out into your egg. So we'll see if this works. I think it's looking kind of sunsetty though, right? All right, well, we're gonna find out. So I just realized I was gonna go into orange, right? But I contaminated my orange by accident. I didn't clean an egg, and then it like got a hairline crack when I dropped it into the jar too quickly. So I don't have orange. What I do have is brick, and I'm kind of thinking dump it in for like a second, and hopefully get orange, like brick on top of yellow. So let's find out. Like a second, not even. Okay. And it's orangish. And actually, I'm happy with that. Look at that. I think my yellow on top is gonna look good. The water lines are looking good. Let's go. Let's see what else we can do with this. So next we're gonna do some red. No, we're gonna cover this orange. What am I thinking? And again, that's brick. Okay, I'm gonna go medium. Actually, yeah. Well, okay, we're gonna start with the sunset heavy, because I got a lot of space to fill in. I'm gonna do all of this space orange. I think it's gonna look cool. Actually, let's kind of put what have I done? Never mind. I'm gonna keep going. Filling in with orange. As you do. And some more wax. More heat. Straighten this out. It's kind of crooked. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did over the white with the yellow. I'm going to switch back to fine. It looks like it might be clogged with soot. I might have to dump this out. Actually, that's a good line. Let's find out. See, I'm just kind of squiggling, trying to make that line a little bit less harsh. Get more clouds, like more cloudy. See? Just like so. I hope this looks good. It's done. Happy so far. Squiggles. Trying to make this look cloudy. Okay. Okay, that's the orange for the sunset, and we've got the orange. I'm gonna go head back to heavy. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna fill that in. Okay, this is my moving out into the water. I don't know about this. I think I'm gonna go back to fine. I know, this is a lot of back and forth. I don't normally go with this back and forth. Let's kind of try to make that less hard of a line, pull more orange. It's very fine lines. They're there, they're hard to see, but they're there. Okay. Red. Let's do red. I'm gonna do scarlet. Actually, I prefer that to the red. My red is old. I need new red. Let's go. I'm not gonna leave it in there too long. Actually, I kind of, for a sunset, I kind of like that. I think That's great for a sunset. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Yep. All right. Okay, you can kind of see the yellow, the orange. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be cool. All right, so let's do some red. And for this, I think I'm gonna go heavy because I'm gonna start doing the mountains. That's gonna be the final color, the black. And start getting my trees in here. Fuck, did I fuck that up? I might have. We'll see. For the trees, let's go medium. I actually kind of forgot I was gonna do the trees, so they're gonna have to be way over here. Actually, we'll put some over here too, how about that? Wait a minute, did I just say that right? Black. Oh, hold up. Okay. Let's do the water first. Start filling that in. Just kind of waving out this design I have for the water. Okay. Looks good. What do I want to do here? I'm thinking darker red. Yeah. Oh, gotta finish the sunset too. Actually, I should use the heavy for this. It's gonna take forever. that's better. If you can see this big black that just came out, that's because I had too much wax and it got too hot and it started to collect soot. That's a lot of wax. That's what you get a lot of times when you use the heavy tool. Definitely makes filling areas and go faster. Okay, this is where I need to outline the mountains. And the trees, that's right, damn, okay. Now it's gonna look like they're coming out of the water. I don't want that. Huh. Should we just make this a full sunset? I could just cover this whole thing in wax. You know, I don't know if we have a choice. I think I messed this up. Okay, no trees. But I have an idea how to finish this off. So let's just quickly fill in everything we need to. It's gonna just be a big sunset and I'll color in the water. These eggs take a lot of planning, don't they? All right, oop. I guess we'll go all the way around. It goes quickly with the heavy Kiska, right? All right, we're getting there. I think we need a little bit more wax. Cool. All right. I'm thinking for the final color, I was thinking do watercolor, like blue, dark blue. If it doesn't work or it doesn't look good, we could switch it to black, but let's try blue. Okay, so no trees, but we have a sunset. Ooh, look at that. That's like that purple's kind of more sunset-y. All right, let's just let it sit there for a minute. I'm gonna preheat the oven because we're gonna start to melt the wax off. Toaster oven. Boom. All right, let's see. I like the purple. I'm taking it out. If I were to leave it in here longer, we'd get that hard royal blue, but I'm just really liking this purple. That's what we got. Next, we're gonna melt off the wax and we'll have the big reveal. We'll blow out the egg and yeah, stay tuned. Okay, we are preheated to 400 degrees. Here's our egg. In the oven we go. Again, don't walk away. Like stay here the whole time because it happens really quickly. If you walk away, it gets too hot, your egg will explode. Big mess, waste of time, right? So you want to watch it when it starts to glisten, the wax, and you start to see the wax just starts to melt off, and you take it out and start to work it off. So it's not happening quite yet. Hold on. Because I'm watching it through the glass. You can kind of start to see it bead. When it drips, definitely take it out. Don't wait. Starting, here we go. Now, still got a lot of wax on here, see? But this is starting to show up. And here's your wax. Just start wiping it away. Gently. Wax. wax. Yeah, I'll still use this side. I don't know. I use 400 degrees just because. Maybe you could use hotter. Maybe you can go lower. Like, some people might go, why are you doing it 400 degrees? I don't know. It just works for me. Oh, so close. So new paper towel time. You're just gonna spread around dirty wax. All right, here we go. This is my sunset egg. Here we go. It's not too bad. I mean, there's no trees. I didn't plan ahead for that, but here we go. It's stand worthy. All right, this is where we're gonna do the blowout. I mean, come on. You get the idea. Do's and don'ts. Remember, if you drop it just a few inches, it can crack. Here is a good example of an egg. I was just about to do the blowout and I dropped it, and look at that, wrecked. So just be careful. This can also happen when you're using your push pin to poke the hole to blow the egg out. So yeah, be mindful. That's the only one that cracked out of this batch. So safety or thumbtack, this is what I use. You could use any other tool you want. This just works for me. And gently stab, stab, stab. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit bigger than that. I just went pretty big. Oh well. Here's my hole. Take your pump. Remember, you want to pump slow, or somewhere in there. Slowly. There's this thing actually. Okay, I'm just gonna break the yolk and talk while I blow this out. Slowly. What was I gonna say? I swear, I can feel the egg kind of expand. You can feel the pressure through the egg. You'll notice it. It'll start to feel like it's getting bigger, like you can feel the tension from all the air inside as the egg is being forced out. So just slowly. There's the yolk. Ah, there we go. Almost done. And once it gets really frothy like that and you're just about the end, you can start just pump, 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 pump. Now there is one more step. Ah, man, I really screwed this one up, didn't I? So now it's hollow. Good. Tap, 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 tap. There's one more step I'll show you in a different video, but basically what you want to do is you want to rinse out the residue from the yolk that's inside. How you do that? You take your pump, you fill it with water, and you spray it. So you stick it back in full of water and just hose away. That'll wash out all the residue from the egg yolk that's inside, or was inside. All right, see you next time.